And I mean, when you think about what just happened with John Lewis, I just had to speak to you guys. I had to speak to Black America. I had to speak to America as a whole because I don't think he was correct in what he said. I don't think it was appropriate. And I just want to lay that out for you guys. Lay out what just happened 30 minutes ago. If you guys aren't catching the news because you're at work or anything of the sort, my goal is to try to get that to you as soon as possible. So we'll go through that. Before I get started,
those problems and others, I have to disagree with John Lewis. As much as I respect the great representative of the state of Georgia, and here's why. Folks, you know, the Democratic Party in 2016, and really in the run-up years to 2016, starting in 2014, turned its back on Obama Democrats like myself.
Congressman John Lewis on television, delegitimizing our president-elect, soon to be the 45th president of the United States once he's sworn in on January the 20th. Yeah, he has a problem with him. Okay? Now, with all due respect, Congressman John Lewis, we know that you are a civil rights icon.
That's right.
You march with Dr. Martin Luther King. You walk hand in hand with Senator Jeff Sessions. Yes, you did. Even though you threw him under the bus the other week.
That's what you did.
We know that you've done all of these things, and we respect that about you. But what you got to understand is Obama has had 8 years.
8 years.
The American people gave him 8 years.
8.
Listen, I'd like to thank Mr. Lewis for all he did in the civil rights era, even though some of that stuff was obviously misguided and obviously misdirected by you-know-who. But it's 2017 now, and this is what I say. What actually happened here is the white liberals said, "Hey, man, John, get to work." And here goes John. Okay, white liberal. Okay, white liberal. And shot out a message at Trump that caused a big reaction. John Lewis has been a flunky from the white liberal from the civil rights era up to now.
He said that he believes Trump is illegitimate. And he says, you know, what do you think about this? We got to go live about this. And I say, I have to just say that I am so tired of black civil rights icons taking advantage of the legacy of the civil rights movement as if it belongs to only them and using it on behalf of people who have nothing to do with us and do not have our best interests at heart. That's a problem.
Congressman John Lewis is nuts. Well, now, I have pointed this out before, that over the last 40 years, overall, collectively, the condition of black people in the United States of America is becoming progressively worse. But at the same time, you have more black representatives in Congress than you've ever had. You have the Congressional Black Caucus. You have people such as John Lewis of Georgia, a U.S. representative, a so-called civil rights leader. What he's done in the past, that was in the past. This is about right now.
Hi guys, CJ Pearson here, and today I'm going to be straight to the point. I'm going to cut to the chase because honestly, I am just losing it over what's happening on Twitter right now. So yesterday, as you have probably already heard, John Lewis questioned the legitimacy of Donald Trump's presidency. He said that he wasn't elected the proper way, that he doesn't believe in his heart of hearts that Donald Trump is a legitimately elected president and leader of the free world and our commander-in-chief. And so, honestly, not only is that completely insane, because I don't know, maybe the way that this democracy works is that if you win the Electoral College, you are legitimately elected to be the president of the United States, because I don't know, that's what our founding fathers intended. Now, with all due respect, Congressman Lewis, I value your contribution to the civil rights movement and so forth and so on, but I gotta say, the founding fathers are also a part of a movement that I really was a fan of, and I think as an American, you will probably be a fan of their words and their belief in how our country should operate as well. And so I don't understand your logic when you say that our president wasn't legitimately elected when he received more than 300 electoral votes. I'm confused, Congressman Lewis, really, really confused. But that's not only the point that I'm here to make today. Because after hearing this from Congressman Lewis, Donald Trump clapped back. He responded, and he said, well, I don't really know why Congressman Lewis is attacking me when his district is a rut, and it's ridden with crime. And the thing is that the just race baiting of all of this that has happened after those tweets is disgusting. We've had many liberals and people within the media rush to Congressman Lewis's defense because saying that Mr. Trump is somehow in some way a racist because he believes that any district with a black congressman is riddled with crime. Crime-ridden. And that makes no sense at all because let me tell you why. None of these people live in Georgia. But I do. So I'll tell you a little bit about the city of Atlanta. I know that when I go to Atlanta, that there are people on Martin Luther King Boulevard, homeless, sleeping there through the night. Tons of them. Hundreds of them. Every single night. Congressman Lewis's district. You know, I gotta tell you as well that when, I don't know, Atlanta is the 6th most dangerous city in the United States, I think that's an argument to make that maybe they have a problem with crime. Mr. Trump wasn't being racist, he was being factual, and facts don't have feelings, or they certainly show no regard to it. So everyone accusing Mr. Trump of being a racist because he called out John Lewis for his inadequate representation of the city of Atlanta and leadership of the city of Atlanta, well, take it from a Georgian, Mr. Trump was right on.